Alrighty, let's see, is my mic working? I think so, yeah. Today's the New Hampshire primary. I'm just gonna pull up the chat now. Okay. I think results are coming in about 30 minutes from now. I couldn't figure out how to get onto the New York Times. So far I found Politico with the best working live results. As well as today, Sanders has taken the lead in the polls, beating now Joe Biden. Joe Biden fell from 27 down to 20 points. In New Hampshire, the polling shows Sanders 7.4 average lead, followed by Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Warren, Biden, Yang, Gabbard, Steyer, Patrick, and Bennett. Klobuchar, as well as Buttigieg and Sanders, soaring right now in the polls, while Biden, Warren are falling. In today's Trump approval rating, he has a average 45.1% approval to a 52.1% disapproval with a -7 average. As well as the final results, I'm pretty sure. I think they're doing a recanvass, but in the Iowa caucuses, they finally have results like completely out, giving the win to Pete Buttigieg. I was not at all expecting this to happen. He was polling, I think, in third place or fourth place, and he came out on top, followed by Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden doing very bad there, and Amy Klobuchar actually doing pretty good. How many people do we have on the stream? We have one right now, but that's okay. We just started. As well as there's no results that are currently in. Me. There is actually a couple results in, but it's only in like very small districts. Currently showing Amy Klobuchar with 8 votes on top, followed by Sanders with 4, Warren with 4, Yang with 3, Joe Biden with 2, Pete with 2, 2 for other, 1 for Gabbard, 1 for Steyer, 0 for Bennett, and 0 for Deval Patrick. Trump has 31, Bill Weld has 5, and 2 for other. We have someone who just said in the chat, Bernie 2020. I do expect him to win the state of New Hampshire. I'm going to actually pull up my prediction before some of the more results come in. Democratic primary, New Hampshire. I think he'll win probably 8. Buttigieg might get 6. Warren and Klobuchar get 3. No, I see Klobuchar getting 4. And Biden getting 3 delegates. But giving Sanders the win. I'm gonna actually fill in Iowa at the moment. Do you think they'll rig this time as well? Bernie 2020, another person says. I do not think that they can't really rig a primary. You could definitely rig a caucus. Caucuses are a lot more complicated. Primaries, you just have to pass a 15% threshold to gain any delegates, really. But it would be very hard to rig a primary. And as well as last time, I think Bernie Sanders won New Hampshire by around 20 points. We currently have now 3 people watching. If you're new to the channel, please go and subscribe. Hopefully we could get 198 subscribers by the end of the stream. Hopefully we could gain 5 more. So please go and subscribe if you're new, as well as like the video. And if you're already subscribed, please go hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. Thank God that Iowa was some CIA level sketchy. I was like, here, I'll pull up Iowa quickly. Well, there's no results in, so that's fine. Hold on, let me, my chat's being weird on my phone. So, if you look at the final results, Sanders did win the popular vote with about 2,500 by about 2,500 votes, which I would have thought that he would have won the majority of the delegates, but the SDEs, which is the state delegate equivalents, went majority to Pete Buttigieg, which pushed him over the line. This primaries and caucuses are very different in their own ways. Let's see how many people currently have 2 viewers and 4 likes. Pretty good. Oh, here we go. Some results have now come in New Hampshire, giving Bernie Sanders a huge lead of 38.2%, followed by Pete Buttigieg with 18.8% with 208 votes, Klobuchar with 153 votes with 13.8%, Elizabeth Warren in 4th place with 118 votes or 10.7%, Joe Biden way behind with 7.1% of the vote with 78 total votes, Steyer with 45 votes with 4.1%, Gabbard with 34 with 3.1%, 30 votes for Yang with 2.7%, 9 for Deval Patrick with 0.8%, Bennett with 5 with 0.5%. For Republicans, Trump somehow only 77% of the vote with 231 total votes, Wells with 36 with 12%, and 32 are others. Watch out, Nevada. The DNC will try to rig it. We'll see how. I feel like Nevada is even more in a way important than, like, not important, but a better indicator in the primary in general. Nevada is always really accurate. Iowa is too, but in general, Nevada has been pretty accurate as well. A good amount of diversity in the state, showing how it'll move in different directions. We have more of the vote in. What percentage is this reporting? It's showing about 2% of the vote in, with now Sanders with 28.7%, Buttigieg with 21%, Klobuchar with almost 20% of the vote. Oh my gosh. Warren with 11.5%, Biden with 8.5%, Steyer with 3.8%, Tulsi Gabbard with 2.9%, Yang with 2.7%, Michael Bennett with 0.4%, Deval Patrick with 0.4%, Trump with 82.2%. If you're new to the stream, please go subscribe as well as like the video. We currently have 3 viewers as well as 5 likes. Oh, we just got a new like. Thank you for the person who liked the video. Let's move back here. That's weird. The votes changed for a second. This is actually more. Or did let's see. This okay, this updated now. Right? Yeah. So Sanders has 32.3% of the vote. Buttigieg with 20.6. Klobuchar with 17.5. Warren with 11.8. Joe Biden with 7.5. Steyer with 3.5. Yang with 2.8. 2.8 for Gabbard. 0.4 for Deval Patrick and 0.3% for Bennett. 81% for Trump. See if I could find, like, the New York Times is kind of being weird. I hate when stupid thing comes up. Let's see. Let's do live results. See if anything will come up. NBC. Nope. CNN. Let's see. I think CNN actually might have one. Hold on. CNN. Do you think this will be the best Weld will do? If not, what state? Well, Weld would probably do very well in the state of Massachusetts. He's pretty well known there. I think he would do pretty decently well in New Hampshire, maybe even breaking double digits possibly, but we'll see how Weld does. I think he'll do better in Massachusetts, which is his home state. Trying to find. Okay, here we got some more results. I don't want to keep looking and be behind. Now 32.2. No, 32.4% for Sanders, 20.4% for Buttigieg, 17.7% for Klobuchar, 11.1% for Warren, and 7.8% for Biden. If he doesn't break double digits, it's going to be a very bad sign for his campaign. Trump with 85.1%, Weld with 10.2%. CNN has like so many articles and stuff. I want to see. Oh, here we go. Here. This is better. Klobuchar now leading Buttigieg. Wow. And it has, okay, let me do this. So I'm going to duplicate. Do one Republican and one Democrat. Move this. Rip Biden. Someone said yo. Yeah, if Biden doesn't break 10%, this is going to be very bad signs for his campaign. What does this do? Okay, I'm going to go back to this. Klobuchar in second place. Wow. Oh my gosh, I wish there wasn't so many candidates that popped up. Maybe just like top 4 or something. Better. I don't know any Buttigieg supporters. Why would anyone vote for the guy like? Oh, my volume. Okay, let me fix my volume first before I read a comment. Let's do that, and then let me turn up my gain on my microphone. Is that any better? Like, what is even his policies? Better than expected by Bernie, worse than expected by Buttigieg, better than expected by Klobuchar, is expected by Warren. What were the... Hold on, let me pull up the polls. Let's move this here. So 27 almost. So Sanders is slightly underperforming, but it's very early on. Buttigieg with 21, so basically in level with the polling. Klobuchar doing way better than what she was polling at. Warren, I think, is about where she is. Slightly better. And Biden underperforming. If you're new to the stream, please go subscribe, like the video too, as well as hit the notification bell. Hopefully we could gain about 5 subscribers throughout the stream. Let's go to the Republican. Was there any polling? Oh, this is okay. This is Democratic polling. Someone's gonna leave. All right, see ya. What do you think the future of Sears is going to be? Not too good. We'll see if I think you're talking about the store, but we'll see how if they change their business plan to accommodate their issues. What the heck? Trails lead by. Oh, okay, I get that. I was kind of confused for a second. I was like, why is there no votes for Sanders? But this is how much the person in the first place and compared to them are currently at. There's a conspiracy theory that Biden is only running for president so he doesn't get investigated for Ukraine scandal. It's illegal to investigate a presidential runner. I mean, that could be true, but I don't think he would would he go through all the time of running for president to go past an investigation? Is this any faster in the updates? Is it 30? Oh yeah, this is a lot more updated right now. So Sanders leading with about 30 percentage points. Buttigieg with 21, Klobuchar with 18, Warren with 11, Joe Biden with 7, Trump with about 84%. Do you think Biden will surpass Elizabeth Warren? Well, I mean, New Hampshire's in the last primary showed pretty progressive. Elizabeth Warren is a progressive, but there is still those moderate as well as more traditional liberals that wouldn't vote for Bernie or Warren. We'll see how well Pete Buttigieg and Klobuchar do. That might take away a lot from Joe Biden and possibly not even pass Warren in percentage points. He might end up in 5th place. Did this update 65? Oh yeah, this is more updated. They're updating a little bit slowly on each one, but now about 8% already in. Sanders with 28, Buttigieg with 22, Klobuchar with 20, and Warren with 9.1, and Biden with 9. Steyer with 3.6, Gabbard with 3.3, Yang with 2.9, DeVell with 0.1, and Bennett with 0.1. We'll see if he could surpass Warren, though. I thought I just saw it was like 6,000 votes. So like, there's something weird going on with CNN site or something. And I saw like 9 and 9.1 for Warren. So there's so many candidates. Klobuchar is leading in Concord. Wow. Buttigieg, Blue Sanders. Is Warren winning any districts right now? Let's see. Sanders. There's too many. I can't see. So it looks like only Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Sanders have any counties at all with the majority vote. Let's go back. If you're new to the stream, please go subscribe as well as like the video. Oh, now there's like no counties out. This is weird. Are you rooting for any candidates, or I'm pretty neutral? I mean, I've shared a couple of my views. I have not specifically supported any candidate out loud, but I've been pretty neutral on the channel and not supporting any candidate particularly. Have you seen that new There's an Arkansas? I've not seen an Arkansas poll. Let me know where you found that, because I want to see that. Oh, it's Iowa. I was like, how's already 40,000 votes? Here, let's see if there's any more updated. Nope. What are the write-ins? No. Let's see. Raymond Moore. I don't even know a lot of these people are. Steve Bullock got 2 votes. Wow. Marianne Williamson got 2. Julian got 2. Delaney got 4. Whoa. Sustak 4. Kamala Harris 5. Booker 6. Bennett is still in the race. I almost thought he dropped out for a second. Okay. About this updated. Yeah, this is a lot of updates on here. 13% in now, with Sanders the first passing 10,000 mark with 28.8% of the vote, 22% for Buttigieg, 20% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, 8.7% for Biden. Something where it's going on with the counties, though I can't tell what's going on. For the Republicans, Trump with 86.5% of the vote, followed by Weld with 8.7%. Write-ins, 2.5%. What are the write-ins for the Republicans? Mary Maxwell with 43. Wow. Joe Walsh with 28. He dropped out of the race, if you haven't heard. Rocky De La Fuente with 7. There's a good amount on here. It's on Election Polls Twitter. Let's see if I can find that. Is it like that? Election polls? Is it an account or something? Oh yeah, let me drop my Twitter link if you're not yet following me on there in the chat. Currently have 2 viewers and 9 likes. Our high was about 4. It was a okay, so like, is it in the news or something? Let's see. Twitter Democratic Arkansas poll. just go to news. Philippines, Democratic field. If you can, please leave the link below. I'll check that out. See if there's any more new results. I don't know what the heck's up with CNN's thing. Let's refresh this, maybe? See if that works, because it's being super weird, CNN. I wish New York Times worked, but you have to, like, pay for a subscription. Currently have 4 viewers watching. If you're new, please go subscribe as well as like the video and hit the notification bell. Did Bloomberg get any? I think Bloomberg did get some write-ins. But I don't see him on there. Let's see, the stream. Oh, now we have 10 likes. Thank you for that. I think Bloomberg also got wrote in on the Republican ballot in a poll. Not a poll, what's it called? It was in a small town. There was like 5 votes, and he got wrote in 3 times, like 2 for Democrats and 1 for a Republican ballot. Bloomberg did. Oh, here we go. I don't get what the heck's up with the results, though. They keep getting weird on CNN. 28.6% for Sanders, 22% for Buttigieg, 20.5% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, 8.5% for Biden, 3.7% for Steyer, 3.3% for Gabbard, 2.9% for Yang, Patrick 0.1%, Bennett 0.1%. See the Republican, 7,411 votes for Trump, 703 for Weld, 86.6% for Trump, 8.2% for Weld. Oh, I should actually have predicted up here. And then also pull up margin of victory. That should be good. Actually, we could pull up second place too. Let's move this over. Actually, okay. So the current front runner Sanders with 95 currently on Predict It, which is a betting odds for elections and politics. Surprised Klobuchar is actually leading in Concord. I can't tell how much percent is in. 50% in. Wow. So actually, let me move that at the end. This was my prediction before anything came in, where Sanders wins with 8 delegates, followed by Buttigieg with 6, Klobuchar with 4, Warren with 3, and Biden with 3. At the current rate, let me open up another tab of this. Sanders probably gonna get 7. Well, let's see if it's like currently. Buttigieg with about 22%. 5. Trump is now the winner in the New Hampshire primary. 20.5 for Klobuchar. It's probably like 4 and 3. This would be if it like results were in right now. Sanders would still win, but Klobuchar would go up to 5 delegates. Let's do the Iowa caucuses. Let's add in 13 for Buttigieg, 12 for Sanders, 8 for Warren, 6 for Biden, and 1 for Klobuchar. I thought Buttigieg got 14, I saw. Here's the link for the... Okay, the guy's about to send me the link. Well, the person, I don't know if it's... So this is what, with the current results in Iowa, as well as adding in New Hampshire, my prediction, giving Buttigieg and Sanders a tie in the current results. And then in third place would be Warren, then Biden, and Klobuchar. Let's go back to results. Any new? Let's update this. Still behind. Doesn't look like any new results in. Yeah, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, and Sanders are the only ones leading in any county. Concord actually, Weld's got 15%. Well, go to Political Polls Twitter page and then you'll find it. I think this is it. Hold on, let me copy this. Statewide 10% in statewide with Bernie Sanders. I think that is New Hampshire. New Hampshire primary. Trump's approval. Rasmussen. Oh, here, Arkansas. Bloomberg at 20%. Whoa. Biden at 19, Sanders at 16, Buttigieg at 16, Warren with 9, Klobuchar at 5, Yang at 2. I'm gonna actually follow them because see some other polls. I don't know anything about that. This was a page, but I'll definitely check out what they post. Super Tuesday states Sanders 27, Biden 20, Bloomberg 16, Warren 11, Buttigieg 10, Yang 5, Klobuchar 3, Steyer 3, Bennett 1, Gabbard 1, Patrick 1. Oh, here, I think some new results came in. 15% in currently, with Sanders at 28.1%, Buttigieg at 22.5%, Klobuchar at 20.6%, Warren at 9.3%, Biden at 8.6%, Steyer at 3.6%, Gabbard at 3.3%, Yang at 2.8%. Someone asked, did Yang actually drop out? Yang, I'm almost 100% sure didn't drop out. Hold on. Unless he dropped out like just now. I'd be very surprised. Andrew Yang. Andrew Yang ends his 20. Oh, he did. I'm pretty sure. Did Yang, I think, just dropped out of the race. Oh my gosh. Bid for. I am almost 100% sure that. 100% sure this is true, I guess. Yang did just drop out. Yeah, the Washington Post too shows it. I think he was really pushing for any kind of results in his favor in New Hampshire, and it didn't happen because he's all the way behind even Gabbard. Do you think Bloomberg leading in Arkansas? Do you think Bloomberg leading in Arkansas? Do you think that's a bad sign? That's definitely a bad sign. If it's I've not seen any really Arkansas polls or that many actual polls from the South. If that's true, that's a very bad sign for Biden and his campaign, and it's gonna help more like Bernie Sanders. Pretty sure Yang did say he was planning to go through the whole primary and stuff, but I guess it didn't go where he wanted it to go at all, and he decided to drop out. I'm actually gonna go back to that article. And decide whether to endorse another candidate for the campaigns reached out. They've covered consider for sure Yanks. Wait, that gives us a superior chance. I've already outlasted dozen governors, former governors, members, Congress. Yang said. Yeah, Yang actually dropped out way earlier than I expected. It's likely that any of the Yang gang would vote for Trump like some of the Bernie bros did in 2016, or would they just go to Bernie as expected? There's going to be probably about 30 to 40% that are going to go back to Trump. I think about 20% of them are going to be undecided, and the rest will probably go to more of a progressive candidate like Warren or Sanders. Probably very few will go to moderates such as Buttigieg, Klobuchar, or Biden, though. Buttigieg surpassing 10,000 votes now. Let me actually post Yang dropping out. Hold on, let me copy this. Oh, I should have put a poll up actually. If you're new to the stream, please go subscribe as well as like the video. I think I'm gonna go get something to drink. Be right back. Alright, I am back. In your personal opinion, who has the best chance against Trump? I know the polls say Biden, but I can't imagine someone as low energy and senile as him doing well against Trump. I do not think Biden would do well against Trump. I don't feel like he's just like, if you were to think of just like the most generic person to run, I think that would that would be Biden. He's just not he's not exciting at all, in my opinion. I don't think he could rally crowds as well as get independent voters too easily. I think Sanders would do pretty well, but I think the main problem is because the party is just so divided, it would be hard to get someone who has a good show. What the heck? Oh, I thought it was total votes for a second. Let me actually read this first before I finish my point. 27.1% for Sanders, 22.8% for Buttigieg, 21.2% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, 8.7% for Biden, 3.5% for Steyer, 3.2% for Gabbard, 2.9% for Yang, which has just dropped out, 0.8% for Aiden, 0.2% Patrick, 0.1% Biden. I think I would say Sanders would do the best. I think his main problem would be appealing to moderates, getting Biden voters, as well as Buttigieg voters on his side, as Klobuchar voters, independents, but he would do very well with younger voters, and I think he would do the best out of any of them. Actually, Klobuchar would do pretty good too. She has a very good... well, she's been doing pretty good in the debates lately. I think that she's been doing pretty well in the debates, as well as doing pretty good in Iowa as well as New Hampshire. I think should do well with independents, but she would not do too well with progressives and more the younger voters. She would do better with I think the establishment more. See Republican results. 84.8% for Trump, 9.2% for Weld. 19 delegates so far going to Trump, and there's a total of 3 delegates that remain. I think maybe 1 or 2 will go for Weld. What place do you think Biden will get in New Hampshire? It's going to definitely be 4th or 5th. I'm going to say 5th. just because Klobuchar and Buttigieg are taking away all the moderate support, and Warren and Sanders are all the progressive vote. But it'll definitely be close between 4th and 5th place. We'll see in Nevada will be a good test for Biden. Alright, we had 4 people. We currently have 3 viewers as well as 11 likes. Thank you to all the likes. People who have liked the video. Let's go back to the results. I think, is this new results? Right? 20% in. 27.7 for Sanders, 22.6 for Buttigieg, 20.8% for Klobuchar, 9.5 for Warren, 8.6 for Biden, 3.5 for Steyer, 3.2 for Gabbard, 2.9 for Yang. If you're new, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. Oh yeah, this is way behind. Let's go back to here. If we, no, it's still, thought if you collapsed it, would collapse this too. See if is Biden doing well in like any of these really towns exit polls? Oh, exit. Okay, this is cool. Hold on. Do you think Warren will drop out? No, I do not. I feel like Warren is like that type of candidate that's gonna go through Super Tuesday. She's polling pretty decently well. She did pretty decent in Iowa. She didn't do amazing. She's doing a little bad in New Hampshire, but I think she'll go through Super Tuesday and then decide. Okay, this is cool. Exit polls for males, 10% went for Biden so far, 20% for Buttigieg, 6% for Gabbard, 16% for Klobuchar, 31% for Sanders, 3% for Steyer, 7% for Warren, 4% for Yang. For females, Biden got 10% as well, 23% for Buttigieg, Gabbard got 2%, Klobuchar got 25%, Sanders with 22%, Steyer with 3%, Warren with 10%, Yang with 2%. Do you think? Oh no, I thought that was an update again. It's the same thing I was gonna read. Only results for white voters currently, but Biden with 9%, Buttigieg with 23%, Gabbard with 3%, 22% for Klobuchar, 26% for Steyer, 3% for Sanders, 9% for Warren, Yang with 3%. Sanders winning both white and non-white. For age, Sanders is overwhelmingly leading 18 to 29-year-old voters, with 4% for Biden, 18% for Buttigieg, 4% for Gabbard, 6% for Klobuchar. Do you think? No, I don't know why I keep reading the same comment. I still think Biden's gonna surpass Warren. It's gonna be close. We'll see. 53% for Sanders, 2% for Steyer, 6% for Warren, 9% for Yang. For voters from 30 to 44, Sanders leading with 37%. Second place, Buttigieg. Third place is Warren. For 45 to 64-year-old voters, there's a tie with Buttigieg and Klobuchar. Sanders in second, and with 65 and older, Klobuchar is winning with 35%. For voters 18 to 44, Sanders leading, and 45 and older, Klobuchar is leading. And for never attended college, Sanders leads. Some college, no degree. Sanders leads. Associates, Sanders leads. Bachelor's, Sanders leads, but advanced degree, Klobuchar leads. College grad, Klobuchar leads, but non is Sanders leading. Education by race, white college, Klobuchar is leading. White, no college, Sanders winning. Non-white college grad, Sanders winning. Sanders winning both Democrats and Independents, but close race for Independents between I don't know, actually Democrats closer. Any more interest? Okay, income. This interesting. So Buttigieg is winning people with making more money, but Sanders winning with people who have less money and income. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of exit polls. Let's see, comments. I think after Nevada, Amy Klobuchar will drop out because of her poor numbers with people of color. Who will drop out after tonight? My guess is Tulsi, Bennett, and maybe Warren, depending on how bad she does. I just feel like Warren is gonna go through Super Tuesday. Klobuchar, I also think, could go through Super Tuesday. I think Tulsi might drop out, Bennett might drop out, and Deval Patrick. Let's go back to the top. Sanders with 27.8%, Buttigieg with 23%, Klobuchar with 20.5%, Warren with 9.5%, Biden with 8.7%. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe and like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go eat some food. I'm hungry. Alright, I'm back. Some new results have come in with Sanders now at 27.8%, Buttigieg with 23.5% of the vote, 20% for Klobuchar, 9.6% for Warren, 8.8% for Biden. What is this? Delegates 101. How do delegates rewarded? No. Town results. Let's see. Sanders winning in those two towns. This is yeah, I don't think any more people are voting for Yang right now because he dropped out. If you have not heard yet, Buttigieg winning in Pittsburgh. Alright, we had 6 viewers. We currently are at 3. We have 12 likes in the video. If you're new, please go subscribe and like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. See if I could pull up the previous results. Let's see. Hold on. The 2016 primary. Here it is. Let me move this to here. And drag this over. Let's update this, see where this is at. Okay, it's about the same. Let's update this. Showing less than 4% or 4 to 5% margin of victory. Second place, showing most likely Buttigieg. Let's see, New Hampshire. Oh my gosh, Sanders got 151,000 votes previously. And then Clinton got 95,000. Okay. In the Republican primary, Trump got 85% so far, with 8.8% for Weldon, 3.3% are write-ins. Trump has so far gotten 19 delegates. Any new updates from Democrats? Not really. About a third of the vote is currently in. And 0 pledged delegates at the time. I think they have added the results of Iowa now in. Yeah, I think this can't be right though, because I think this was the first vote they're showing where Sanders won and Biden got almost 15%. And the second, Biden got like 12%, and Buttigieg and Sanders had a closer vote. See if there's any more dropouts, because I think that could be happening where there's some kind of candidate that's been dropping out besides Yang. 2020 Democratic primary. Bernie Sanders, no. Yang drops out. And Bennett just dropped out. Yeah. Bennett just dropped out for the race to become the Democratic nominee. Let me post that on Twitter too. Did I get any clicks? No. See if any others. Is it updated on here? Yeah. So how many candidates remain then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So less than 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So now there's less than 10 candidates in the race. Update in New Hampshire, 27.7% for Sanders, 23.5% for Buttigieg, 20% for Klobuchar, 9.7% for Warren, 8.8% for Biden. Warren looks like she can break 10%. We'll see. And Biden looks to be doing worse and worse. I think what he did say in the debate he shouldn't have, where he said he already knew he was going to lose New Hampshire. I think that ultimately hurt him too there. I think Patrick and Gabbard are probably going to drop out too. I think Steyer will decide after South Carolina if he does good or not. I think that'll be his main factor. Michael Bennett just dropped out. Yeah, I just saw that. I posted on Twitter. And then also Yang has dropped out. So now there's less than 10 candidates in the race for the Democratic primary. There's 9. What is this key? Oh, yeah. Overview. We have 12 likes as well as 3 current viewers. If you have not yet subscribed, please do that now, as well as like the video and hit the notification bell. I thought I heard Yang say he was gonna go through the whole primary, is what he said, around when he was very unknown at the time. But I guess maybe I know he was really trying to bank on some kind of results in New Hampshire. Good for him, as well as there's probably lack of campaign finances to move forward. There's a lot of turnout in 2016. We'll see if this year breaks the turnout, but I think it will. Well, actually, let's see how many votes is this. Is that 240,000? It could be about even. Maybe slightly higher. 36% in now. 27.5% for Sanders, 23.6% for Buttigieg, 20% for Klobuchar, 9.7% for Warren, and 8.8% for Biden. Warren finally breaking through 10,000 votes. But Sanders nearing 30,000 now. Trump has 19,843 votes, while it is 2,034 and 778 are write-ins. I forgot who were the write-ins for Republican. Let me update this actually. Joe Walsh getting 118, Mary Maxwell getting 127. Marquis de la Fuente getting 14. Some new results just came in. Sanders just about to break through 30,000 total votes. Someone just said, do you think Biden is going to drop out? I think he'll at least go through Super Tuesday and see where that goes. I do not think he would drop out this early. I think he's really banking on the South, but we'll see. Maybe if earliest, I think he'll have to wait through Super Tuesday to make his decision if he's going to stay in the race or not. And if he does very, very bad in South Carolina, he may just drop out because that's one of his firewall states. Steyer might do good enough there to take away that moderate vote, and giving it to possibly even Sanders. As well as we'll see how he does in Nevada. It'll be a good indicator for the rest of the country to come. Let's go to Nevada. Clinton won with 53 to 47, which was almost I think the results of the 2016 Democratic primary. Nevada is a very good indicator. South Carolina, Clinton swept Sanders there. Now Trump had 22,497 votes, Weld with 2,314 with 8.8% of the vote, and Trump with 85.3%. Let's update this, showing more and more likely that it's going to be less than 4% victory there. Actually, let's pull up 24 hours. I'm a Joe Biden supporter, and I'm disappointed. Yeah, if I was in working or in Joe Biden's campaign or even a supporter for him, I would be very mad with the results, because polls showed him doing very well in some of these states like New Hampshire. He was doing pretty good in for a while. Or is it here? Biden was only leading last month, and all of a sudden he just fell apart. As well as in Iowa, he showed some polls showed him winning there. Second place, most likely Pete. And in general, Sanders most likely to win. 38% in now, with Sanders still leading, followed behind Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Warren, and Biden. Colors Klobuchar. Why did they make Klobuchar's color so close to Buttigieg? Where is it? Concord. Sanders now leading there very narrowly, followed behind is Klobuchar, Buttigieg, Warren, Biden. What was the Republican results? Trump got 100,000 votes there last time. Followed behind was Kasich, Cruz, Bush, Rubio, Christie, Fiorina, Carson. Sanders has broken 30,000 votes now. Biden getting closer to breaking through the 10,000 mark. Some new results just came in. Sanders with 27.8% of the vote. Buttigieg with 23.5%. Klobuchar slightly under 20%. Warren with 9.6%. Biden with 8.6%. Do you think Biden is going to win Nevada? I do not think he's going to win Nevada. Sorry to tell you that. I think you are still a supporter of Biden, even though he's doing bad. Betting odds shows him all the way down to 4th place now. I think 538 also shows him doing very bad there. Not that many polls out. But it'll be a pretty good indicator to see where the rest of the country is going to go. 538 Democratic primary. Oh wow, they're actually showing Sanders winning 2 now in 538. I haven't looked at this in a good amount of time. Sanders showing 1,700 delegates, way behind Biden with 818, Bloomberg with 503, Buttigieg with 455, Warren with 413, Klobuchar with 57. New Hampshire, they're showing Sanders with 10.7, probably 11 delegates. I don't think it'll be that big. What are they showing in South Carolina? Sanders winning there too? I don't. And California, overwhelming win. I don't think it'll be that big of a blowout. 40% in now. Sanders with 27.6%, Buttigieg with 23.5%, Klobuchar with 19.8%, Warren with 9.5%, and Biden with 8.6%. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. See, Republican. Let's go through this way. About a quarter in with Trump with 26,000, Wald with 2,000, about almost 1,000 write-ins. Biden did now break 10,000. What place do you think he's going to get in Nevada? I think Biden. I don't know what it's showing because there's not that many polls out for it. I do think it would get second, like it's showing. Buttigieg, I think, would do pretty good, as well as Warren. But I do think Sanders will come in first, Biden second, Buttigieg tied in third with Warren. I'll do a prediction here. Probably 14. Biden probably 11. Not that much. Probably Sanders getting 13, Biden getting 11, and Warren and Buttigieg tying with both 6 delegates. Is this my prediction one? Yeah, this was my pre-prediction. Oh no, this is... Yeah, this is my pre-prediction, I'm pretty sure. Couple more results coming in, but they're coming in pretty slowly. Sanders still leading. Biden still not broken through the 10% mark, as well as Warren still not breaking through 10% yet. Scott Gordon fully 60%. Manchester 83%. 67%. Now, are people still voting for Bennett? Even though he dropped out. I think some people are voting for Yang still, even though he dropped out, because he was at 2.8. He moved up to 2.9. Let's go here again. Yeah, it's showing most likely less than 4% margin of victory. Second place, most likely Buttigieg. And most likely Sanders to win the primary. Actually, I'll do my South Carolina prediction as well. I think, let me actually go to South Carolina on 538. I do not agree with this because Steyer is definitely going to gain something out of here. I think might result in something like this, South Carolina. We'll see if Steyer does good enough to win there, though. I don't think he will, but he's pulled very well there, and he's spending a lot of money there. Yeah, and in Iowa, too. Was it like 14, 12? No, Klobuchar had 1. Warren had 8. Biden had 6. Sanders now almost at 30, the mid 30,000s now. Buttigieg nearing 30,000, Klobuchar nearing 25,000. Steyer nearing 5,000 slightly, and Gabbard nearing 4,000 total. I'm gonna see if the count is accurate or not. Okay, it is, because the first time I live streamed, the count was being weird. Like I guess it lagged behind like 3. Buttigieg just about to hit 30,000. And just about half the vote is in, and he just broke 30,000 votes. Sanders is 27.7%, Buttigieg with 23.4%, Klobuchar with 19.5%, Warren with 9.5%, Biden with 8.6%. In the Republican primary, Trump about to hit 30,000, Weld about to hit 3,000, Wrighton's about to hit 1,000, about 26% in. Isn't Super Tuesday's March 3rd, right? Yeah. South Carolina's on Saturday. Nevada's on Saturday as well. Two different weeks. I think next week, Saturday, is Nevada. Okay, good amount of results just came in. Sanders at 37,000 votes. Buttigieg at 31,000. Klobuchar at 26,000. Warren with 12,000, Biden with 11,000, Steyer with 4,700, Gabbard with 4,400, Yang with 3,800, 1,000 write-ins, 416 for Patrick, 364 for Bennett. Yang and Bennett have dropped out of the race, though. For percentage-wise, Sanders has 27.7%, Buttigieg has 23.4%, Klobuchar has 19.5%, Warren 9.4%, Biden 8.6%, Steyer 3.6%, Gabbard 3.3%, Yang at 2.8%, 0.8 for write-ins, 0.3 for Patrick, and 0.3 for Bennett. See if any other candidates have dropped out of the race. Um, 2020 Democratic primary dropouts. Yang, I know, dropped out. What is this, Iowa caucus? And you have to subscribe for $1 a week. Oh my gosh. Okay. Half the vote in, roughly. Sanders still leading. Buttigieg doing great in New Hampshire, as well as Klobuchar doing great, and Biden and Warren not doing too well. On the Republican side, Trump is now nearing 40,000 votes with about 34% in, 3,600 for Weldon, 990 write-ins. Currently have 4 live watching, as well as we have, I think, 12 likes, 13 likes. Let me look at more at this, because I haven't looked at 538 in a while. South Carolina, California, Texas. Sanders, I don't. Would Sanders win Texas? Texas would be close. If Bloomberg gets any delegates, breaks through the threshold, then Sanders may win. North Carolina, I don't think Sanders will win. I think there's too many states that they're showing Sanders winning in. I think he could definitely win the primary, but I don't think he'll win states like Georgia and Alabama and stuff like that. Traditional, very establishment Democratic states. It's possible, but I don't see it happening. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. I think Biden's going to do well in Nevada and win South Carolina. I think that he will win South Carolina. We'll see the results for Steyer. But in Nevada, I think he'll do better than any other state that has been out so far. But I do see Sanders picking it off, though. I did also say that about Iowa, but Buttigieg won, so I was very surprised by that. There may be an upset in Nevada, too. What are the polls for Nevada? I forgot what they looked like. I think Steyer is doing pretty good there, too. Yeah, no, that's Sanders. Steyer, yeah, 10%. He may gain some delegates, too. Republican 35% in, roughly almost 40,000 votes for Trump, 3,700 for Weld. Do you think Biden will still win the nomination? I am still hoping. There's definitely a chance he will definitely have to really push in to do well in these debates, because I think that's one of the main reasons he is falling short in a lot of these states. He said in the last New Hampshire debate, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to win New Hampshire and stuff like that. You don't say you're not going to win because your people are most likely not going to come out for you. If you're looking down on your own campaign, they're going to move over to another candidate with similar views. That's the main problem I see for Biden, is how he's doing in the debates. As well as he has not raised that much small dollar or even that much at all in donations. He was pretty close to Yang in money raised, which for Yang, which was polling at I think 4% compared to Biden, who was polling at 28%, and having the same amounts of donations is ridiculous. Biden is losing his mind, someone just said. But at the time, I do see Sanders winning the nomination. We'll see how long Biden lasts in the race, if he goes all the way through and wins the nomination, or Buttigieg or Bloomberg takes all the support away from him and becomes the second place or the first place. We'll see. But currently, I see Sanders winning the nomination as of now. I feel like results are kind of stalled now. Trump actually might break 100,000 in the primary. I'd be very surprised. What other candidate actually stops talking when their time is up during a debate? I think Trump did that a couple of times in 2016, but I think almost every candidate has gone over their time. Who do you think's gonna win the Libertarian nomination? Now, I haven't paid too much attention to the Libertarians at this moment, but I think it's gonna be Lincoln Chafee. I think it's going to be Lincoln Chafee. I haven't looked at really the declared. Here, let me go to the declared ones because I haven't really looked into it. 2020 Libertarian candidates. Let's go to Wiki. Okay, so there is actually some results in. I didn't even notice this, that popular vote currently Jacob Hornberger is winning currently, and Vermin Supreme also. Who do you think's gonna win the Liberty? Oh yeah, I already just read that. That's what I'm doing now. I'm looking at this. Well, it's really hard to find polls and anything on here. Jacob Ornberger, let's see, what is he? The Future of Freedom Foundation, independent Senate in Virginia in 2002. But I would wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln Chafee does win the nomination. I'm not too sure on how the process works. Let's see what 2016 looked like. So it looks like they only go through a couple of states. Or they like just all dropped out. McAfee actually ran. And I think he's in this one too. Yeah, McAfee. But I think if it's Lincoln Chafee, it would even be worse for if it's Democrat, whoever the Democratic nominee is, because he ran for the Democrats for the 2016 primary, and he was a Democrat. He's gonna get some more moderate liberals on the side instead of moderate conservatives. We currently have 4 viewers. I know it's 3 now. And we have 13 likes. I don't know what playbacks are. I think that's total views, but I could be wrong. Let's go here. Who do you think's gonna win? Oh no, I just said it. I think it's gonna be Lincoln Chafee, but we'll see. Not too knowledgeable on third parties such as Green and Libertarians. As well as that, I'm not completely sure how their primaries work. Lincoln Chafee's home state's Wyoming. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. Trump now surpassing 40,000 votes. I think that means some new results. Nope. And Weld's about to hit 4,000 total votes. 38% in. If Bernie Sanders is the Democratic nominee and Trump is the Republican nominee, I'm voting Libertarian. Someone just said, who do you think's gonna be the Libertarian nominee? Not too sure. Results are kind of being very slowly coming in right now. Oh, exit polls do update. Okay. Sanders is also winning Hispanics. Klobuchar coming in second. Sanders now nearing 40,000 votes. Any more updates in Republican? 45,000 total votes for Trump, about 46,000. Weld at 4,259, 1,200 write-ins. We currently have 5 viewers. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the videos, as well as hit the notification bell. Couple new results in. 27.6% for Sanders, 23.4% for Buttigieg, 19.5% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, and 8.6% of the vote for Biden. Results are finally catching up with the Democrats. Republican primary is almost even in percentage in now with the Democrats. But it looks like the Democratic primary results are kind of paused right now. Last time Sanders overwhelmingly won Pittsburgh district, and this time he came in 4th there. Buttigieg won there. Biden even tied with Sanders. Gabbard did pretty well there too. If you've not yet done so and you have a Twitter account, I'm going to post it in the comments, so please go follow me there. I post all different stuff. Candidates have just dropped out. Bennett, Yang, some results, Iowa voting, state results, I predict polls, and more. So go check it out. I think Joe Biden's going to do well in the Nevada debate. Well, he's going to have to do well if he's going to want to move forward in having a chance of even winning the nomination. If he continues to do bad in these debates or even mediocre, he's going to not have good results come in any other state. He might even do very terrible, very bad in the South. And that was his stronghold. Sanders just about to hit 40,000 votes. 27.3% for Sanders, 23.5% for Buttigieg, 19.6% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, and 8.6% for Biden. What were they predicting for? Where is it? New Hampshire. Sanders in first, Buttigieg second, Warren in third, Biden fourth. No Klobuchar. What other candidates could you? Klobuchar. Oh no, this is. Hold on. Klobuchar. Yang was at 10. Steyer at 9. Gabbard at 3. Bennett at 2. Patrick at 2. Any more results? No. Here, what about on the Republican side? Slightly more in Trump now, nearing 50,000 total votes. A lot of turnout on the Republican side, surprisingly. Well, Trump did just have a rally in New Hampshire. I forgot where he's going next. I think it's Colorado? Let's see. So he's going to Arizona and then Colorado. %50 in now, so half the votes in. Sanders still up with 27.4%, Buttigieg 23.5%, Klobuchar with 19.6%, 9.4% for Warren, and 8.6% for Biden. So in the comments, I'm going to read a couple. I still think Biden is going to win the nomination. Here's some facts. Bill Clinton didn't win Iowa and New Hampshire, and he won the nomination. He didn't? Hold on. Actually, I'll just do Democratic primary. In 1992. Oh yeah, he didn't. But what were the results though? Like, I think, did Bill Clinton lead all the way through? Because I thought he didn't do too well early on. But it's like, if you do very bad in a state like Iowa and do very bad in a state like New Hampshire, it's like it's not completely showing what's going to happen, but it shows like where polls are at compared to actual results, as well as where the rest of the country kind of stands. Currently I have 2 live viewers. We were all the way up to about 5 at a point. Most half the vote in on the Republican side. Trump actually can break 100,000 votes. And Sanders just broke 40,000. Followed behind is Buttigieg with 34,000, Klobuchar with 29,000, soon to break 30, Warren with 13,869, and Biden with 12,687. Still 3 delegates remain on the Republican side and 0 pledged on the Democratic side still. You have black voters voted yet because Biden is claiming they haven't. That's weird. I think there's race on here. Only 6% have come out. Well, I don't know actually the percentage of African Americans living in New Hampshire and vote, but 6% there's no results in. But Sanders winning Hispanic and white voters, as well as Biden doing better with non-white and doing worse with white voters, but Sanders still winning both non-white and white voters in New Hampshire. Trump just about to hit 50,000 votes soon with 86.6%. Weld may fall even below 8%. This is a state he really was pushing for. We'll see how long he continues in the primary for the Republicans. He gained one delegate previously in Iowa. Trump less than 100 away from breaking through 50,000. Do you think I should abandon Biden and support my second choice, Amy Klobuchar? It's really up to you. I think it's depends on policy to me, and as well as like how much they could excite the base. I don't really look completely at electability. I think policy is more important. And I think for Biden, the big thing was electability, but showing in the primary, he has shown that he's done very badly in Iowa, as well as he's done very badly in New Hampshire, and we'll see if that continues throughout. But it's really up to you if you want to move on past Biden into Klobuchar, if you agree with her in policy-wise. But Biden, his big thing why people were supporting him was when he was a moderate, but Klobuchar is moderate, Buttigieg a moderate, but Biden stood above them because he was shown to be electable, but in the primaries so far, he has shown that he's not. We'll see where he is in Nevada and South Carolina. I think if you think Klobuchar has a better chance than Biden, or that Biden becomes even less electable and he continues to do bad in the debates, I would move on to someone else. Almost 100% chance that it's going to be less than a 4% in deciding. Slightly more than half the vote is in. Trump now surpassing 50,000 votes with less than half the vote in. Only 10% in Concord. And if you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. .4 minute 35-second watch time's pretty decently well. We've had a over 2 hour live stream now, which is decently long. Buttigieg now winning the female vote. I think it was Klobuchar before. Yeah, I think it was Klobuchar before. Biden actually doing slightly better with female voters. Warren doing slightly better as expected. Gabbard doing a lot better with male voters. That's a surprise. Yang was doing better with male voters. Yang did very well with Hispanic voters, only 2% of the 2,906 respondents were. Wait, isn't this the same? Oh no, this is even younger. It's showing. So Biden does the best with 25 to 29, but does very well too with 18 to 24, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, but doesn't do too well with 50 to 64 years old. Biden does very bad with the young, does better with older voters. I'm really hoping Amy Klobuchar will drop out after South Carolina because her black support is weak. How's she doing with Hispanic voters? She's doing decent. Does better with white voters, but she's doing decently well with Hispanic voters too. There's no results in for African American voters, even though there's more percentage in. That would be interesting to see how Biden's doing with African American voters. Sanders, Klobuchar, Buttigieg. 53% in, 27.1% for Sanders, 23.6% for Buttigieg, 19.7% for Klobuchar, 9.4% for Warren, and 8.5% for Biden. Trump now at 51,000 votes, Weld at 4,700 and 1,400 write-ins, 46% is in. It's a county with 2 write-ins. That's all the vote with 2 votes there, is that? 2 votes, 100% in with 4. How's Manchester's all the vote in? Yeah, Concord, all the vote is in. It's looking just like all these cities, 67% in. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. Forgot what the delegates were for Republicans. Same. That's weird. There's like a goes slightly up here. Who do you think's gonna win the Democratic nomination as of now? I'm gonna say Sanders at the moment, but we'll see. Just because of super delegates, we'll see who the moderate comes out to be. If it's still gonna be Biden, or it's gonna be Buttigieg, is it gonna be Klobuchar, Bloomberg? We're gonna see. I think after South Carolina is going to be a good indicator, and then Super Tuesday is going to be crazy. We'll see what happens in California, and California is going to be very, very interesting state. $108 tie. That's pretty funny. Is that 100% in? Yeah. Warren now getting towards 15,000 votes, and Buttigieg nearing 40,000 soon. Klobuchar surpassed 30,000, and Biden nearing 15,000 as well. How are the other candidates doing? Steyer's still in 6th, nearing 6,000 votes. Gabbard nearing 5,500 at 3.3%. Yang about 4,500, 2.8%. 1,611 write-ins. Patrick at 547 votes and 451 for Bennett. See if anyone else has dropped out, just to check. I don't vote in Oklahoma Democratic primary until March 3rd. Oh, you're from Oklahoma. That's pretty cool. Oklahoma's going to be interesting. $56% in now. 26.8% for Sanders. 23.8% for Buttigieg. 19.8% for Klobuchar. 9.4% for Warren. And 8.5% for Biden. What does it say for 538 on Oklahoma? Shows Sanders win, followed by Biden, Warren, Buttigieg, and Bloomberg. Almost 60% in now. For the Republicans, about a little over half is in, and Trump is at 56,000, about 57,000 now. In total votes for Democrats, 44,000 for Sanders, about 40,000 for Bloomberg. That's Bloomberg. Buttigieg, 33,000 for Klobuchar, 15,000 for Warren, and 14,000 for Biden. 6,000 for Steyer, 5,500 for Gabbard, 4,700 for Yang, 1,700 write-ins, 591 for Patrick, and 474 for Bennett. Only a 2.9% lead for Sanders over Buttigieg, but it's still 5,000 votes about. Now Trump has surpassed 60,000 votes and 54% is in. If you're not done it yet, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. We have currently 4 viewers. Our peak was at 6. And we had a couple of 5s. Buttigieg has now surpassed 40,000 votes. About 60% in now for the Democrats. Sanders now heading towards 50,000 votes. For Trump, he's at 62,000. Weld is at 5,800, or about 8.1% of the vote, and Trump is at 86.7%, 2.3% write-in. Oh, I should actually pull up predicted map in general. So still showing Sanders winning like every state except for Iowa. I don't agree with this totally. I think there's definitely going to be some Biden or Bloomberg or some kind of support in the South for someone who's not a progressive. Maria comments, and I am crossroads right now to who to vote for. In the beginning, I was all for Joe Biden, but as of now, with him doing so poorly, I'm thinking about voting for someone else like Amy or Pete. Amy Klobuchar has actually surpassed Biden in chance of winning the nomination on betting. And it looks like Bloomberg has taken second place. Almost the same percentage in on both sides now. %60 in now for the Democrats. Sanders leads by 5,040 votes with 26.7%, Buttigieg with 23.8%, Klobuchar with 19.9%, Warren with 9.3%, Biden with 8.5%. Trump nearing 65,000 votes now. Still overwhelming chance for Sanders to win. Stream has now been on for 2.5 hours. We've gained 13 likes throughout the video. If you've not done so yet, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. Okay, some new results have now come in. Sanders nearing 50,000 votes with 26.6%. Buttigieg with 23.8%. Klobuchar with 19.9%. Warren with 9.3%. And Biden with 8.5%. Klobuchar back at 20%. %38 remains. Did you read my Yeah, I did. That's let me read it again. And I am crossroads right now to who to vote for. In the beginning, I was all for Joe Biden. As of now, with him doing so poorly, I think I'm voting for someone else like Amy or Pete. Yeah, Biden has, I don't know if you've looked at RCP, but I was looking like today and I was like so surprised. Well, I'm not surprised after what has happened so far. Also in Arkansas, they actually did release the poll on RCP finally. But in general, Sanders taking the lead with a plus 2.6 and Biden collapsing, I think, after the debate, as well as showing in his performance. And Sanders, Buttigieg, and Amy Klobuchar on the rise. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. %63 of the vote is now in, with Sanders still leading. On the Republican side, Trump nearing 70,000 votes with 60% in. Trump has 86.5% of the vote, while it is 8.2%, and write-ins are at 2.4%. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was asked earlier on where Weld would do best. Another state I think he'd do pretty good in is Utah. Trump is definitely not approved there. It's one of the most Republican states in the country, but it is one of the states that doesn't like Trump at all. If you looked, what was it? He got like 50% of the vote last time, with Clinton getting like 20-something%, but it was like McMullen also picked up like 20-something%. It was the state that trended the most blue in the election. .64% in now, and Sanders having a 4,700 vote lead over Buttigieg. Trump's about to hit 70,000. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I'm back. It looks like Klobuchar is nearing also 40,000, and Sanders is about to hit 50,000 votes. On the Republican side, Trump's about to hit 70,000, and Wells at 6,600. If you're new to the channel, please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell. Any new news on any candidate dropping out? Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a betting thing on who's to drop out. Let me go to that and see. Well, yeah, it's Michael Bennett. %65% of the vote is in now, with Sanders getting about 50,000 and Trump getting about 70,000 with 65% in the Republican primary. Sanders has now surpassed 50,000 votes. Buttigieg is now heading towards 50,000. Klobuchar heading towards 40,000. And Warren heading towards 20,000. Steyer nearing 7,000. Alright, I'm back. I think I'm going to end it off here. It looks like Sanders is going to be the winner here by probably 3% margin, followed behind Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Warren, and Biden. Thank you for watching. If you have not yet subscribed or liked the video or hit the notification bell, please do that. I'm going to end it off here. Thanks to all the people who subscribed throughout the latest streams as well as like the videos. Bye.